back. So in this video, I'm going to be explaining each and every single one of these inputs. So starting with the first one, if you just run this program, it'll ask you max dollars per trade, and it's just really simple. So say I have $158 in my account right now, and I want to do $5 per trade, or maybe 100, or maybe $999 per trade. It just all depends. So this is really self-explanatory. So I'll just input $1 for now. And you might be asking yourself, well, if I do $5 per trade and the price of Bitcoin is 20K, how would this work? So you actually don't need to worry about this because I've already made the program so that it buys only $5 worth of Bitcoin. And that's the great thing about cryptocurrency is that unlike stocks, you need to buy the full one stock itself, but for Bitcoin and for other cryptocurrency, you can buy part of what that crypto is worth. So you'd be getting like 0.0000 something for this example. And yeah, okay, moving on to the next one. Total cycle runtime. This is basically how long you want the program to last. So say you want to run the program for 5 hours, then you just input 5, or 10 hours, 100 hours, it doesn't really matter. So just input 1 for now. The next one is leverage ratio. And as I mentioned before, there's level 1 times all the way up to 125 times if you've seen in my video. So leveraging is basically borrowing money, and if you don't want to borrow money, and say for me I only have $158, I would just do input 1. So because 1 times 158 is $158. Let's say you use maybe a 2 times leverage, then you would be borrowing an additional $158 from Binance. Because you're doubling up your money. And how this works is they give you this 158, and so you have a total, this amount in your account that you can trade. And if Binance is really smart, so they can sense whether you're really high risk. So say you bought Bitcoin and you're not doing so well with the leverage, it'll actually cash out for you, and if it does cash out, then it obviously means you're a high-risk trader, and they'll probably add like premiums just so that they can be ensured that they won't lose all your money when they're working with you. But yeah, for now, if you're not going to use leverage, you can just input 1. But if you do want to use leverage, you can input anything from 2 to 125. So for now, I'll just input 1. Okay. The next one is max profit stop limit of the day. So what this means is, say you want to run the program for 5 hours a day. 5 hours a day. And you want to earn $100 per day in profit. This is exactly what this is. So say I want to earn $50 per 1 cycle. I will just input 50, and the program would just stop after it reaches this profit. So yeah, it's a really useful feature if you don't want it running forever. Okay, so I'll just input maybe $10. Max number of open positions held. Okay, so think of this as your crypto portfolio. Okay, and say you have BTC here, and you have like Algo, and you have like DYDX. Okay, so what this means is how many trades I want to have at one time. So say I input 5. What does that mean? Well, it means I can have 5 total positions trading at one time, which means these are all bought and they're ready to sell. And so say that your strategy, it wants to buy sushi USDT. It would not allow that. So if the program wants to buy sushi but it won't allow that because adding it will make it 6 trades, but you set the max to 5. So this is a really good way to keep count of how many trades you want, because you don't obviously want to buy like 20 at a time. So this is a great way to make sure that doesn't happen. So maybe I want like 5. Okay. So this is the last input, max number of additional buys. This one is a little bit more complicated, but stick with me here. So say that I'm buying Bitcoin. I'm looking at Bitcoin. Okay. This is the price, and this is the time. Let's just say Bitcoin is worth $10. The price is currently at $10, and I bought it here. And it drops to $9. Say the price of Bitcoin drops to $9. I'll label this red. For here, the most wise thing would be to do is to maybe put a stop loss here, just so you don't lose any more profit. But for people who are willing to take more risk, this is exactly that feature. If you don't want to buy it again, then you just input 0, so it doesn't have to happen. But most people, they like to average down their cost. So average cost down. So your original cost was $10, but now it's dropped to 9. But you want to drop more, so you want your total amount of Bitcoin to be worth $9.5. So that's what this additional buy means. So if I input 1 here, it means that it'll buy Bitcoin again if it drops. So yeah, that's just one more really nice feature. Let's say that maybe it drops to 5. This is really risky, but there are people who do this. I do this as well. They want to buy this again so they can lower their average cost down. And so then I would input 2, but you can do this a lot of times, and this only works if the price is dropping. But yeah, that's basically all of the inputs explained. And there's also a feature where you might input something else, like you might input a letter by accident. It's smart enough to know that you made a mistake in the inputs, so it'll ask you to restart again. So that's the best part. So after all these, and you input the type of coins that you want, which I'll explain in the next video, you're good to go and run the program. Thank you for watching.